got a bit distracted here. I was upgrading these mall machines, the ones that make the chips, magnetic coils, and the basic engines. And I've noticed that there's a distinct lack of iron coming in on this line. Now that might be, you know, partly because it's just being used by that. But I think it's also just because I don't actually have that much iron manufacture here. So, can I upgrade this belt? Hold shift to... Oh wow, that's going to be a big upgrade, but... Okay, that's 265 belts of that upgraded. And I think I can probably expand this a bit. Obviously there's not going to be this much raw iron going in at the moment, but shift, copy. Okay, so we're going to put down the level 1 belt first, and then I'm going to upgrade the whole belt. But later on we'll ship iron in here using the planetary logistics network. And then obviously we're going to want, you know, want that to be able to feed in to them all nice and quick. So upgrade, hold down shift, upgrade that portion, which is probably more than these things are able to manufacture anyway, but let's go with that. I do like the upgrades in this game. I mean, you can upgrade stuff in Factorio, but in this game the upgrades seem a little more substantial. Like, you just expand your starting manufacturing a little bit and upgrade the machines. You can get a lot more output on stuff. A little bit of power is needed there. But obviously, as you can see, we are now out of iron, but I can squeeze in a few more here. Oh, yeah, I forgot to empty my inventory when I went to the other planet, which is dumb because, you know, the whole reason for me going there was to pick up lots and lots of silicon. So it meant that I had to basically leave a load of stuff on the other planet so I could carry back at least some silicon. Okay, there we go. Foundation support. Pull down, we can get... maybe 2 more miners in. Connect to there, connect to there. This should double the iron input. We seem to be doing okay on the magnetic ring front. That's backed up along the way. I mean, we had already expanded that slightly, although we only expanded it to 6 a second. There we go, we're now getting a nice full belt. Yep, iron is backing up again. That's what I wanted to see. Make sure all these machines are working. Right, what was I doing? Ray receivers at the north and south poles. They stack to 10. That seems a reasonable number. Probably, because your actual Dyson swarm, it only has a certain amount of output. And if you put down more ray receivers than can receive the full output of your Dyson swarm, they're not going to get extra power. So I mean, you know, we could do the maths on this. Like currently we can only support like 4. But as I said, I've stopped launching solar sails some time ago. Escape. Let's head north. Wonder if our box of solar sails is nice and full. Yes, it is. That's good. And And as I said, I'm going to dismantle these launchers and move them to the pole, but I need the planetary logistics system first, which we've invented but not built yet. Right, so as before, I think I put 5 on each pole for now. Again, I know the poles may or may not get continuous receiving, but they should have receiving at least for half the year, which, because they increase in efficiency as they go, that's going to be the best thing. That'll do for now. Right, I'll add the additional 2 to the South Pole. And we'll be back when we can move on to planetary logistics. Because I think I want all this sorted out before I start on the yellow science. Well, seems like I forgot to actually activate the researching for planetary logistics. But that's okay, it shouldn't take too long. We're going to ignore the super fast belts for now. We can add them to them all as and when we need them. But we can start thinking about these. So we're going to need those pink barbell things. Those are relatively easy. I've got the chips. We know that the thrusters are a pretty cheap recipe. So we can start thinking about those pink barbells. Whatever they are. I think we did already do the invention on them. Yeah, particle containers. Firmly binding the particles, it can guide the particles to show some specific properties. Okay, so this needs graphene and the green engines and copper. So I've got graphene somewhere, haven't I? Yep, I've got graphene there. Blue engines are here. And then the other thing was just copper. No, it's not. It's the green engines. It's not. Again, those are not engines. Right, where are my green engines? Do I not have green engines? No, I must do. The electro-turbines. It must be being made somewhere. Here. Okay. Where are you outputting? Right, you're just not actually making that many at the moment because of lack of resources. Right. Upgrade, 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 upgrade. Make sure all of this is blue. We do have a lack of engines heading in, don't we? But I think I have fully upgraded the engine makers. Planetary logistics system invented. And I don't think the engine makers are lacking any material anymore. Yeah, they are going as fast as they can. If I rerouted these magnetic coils so they went up and over further down the line, I could fit more of these engine makers in. I may have to, because I'm not making enough of these to make it past the supermagnetic coils. Although supermagnetic coils looks like they're starting to back up. Because these things have stopped consuming. They're just filling themselves up with the green engines making their internal buffer. Right, that one's stopped now though. So it's when they reach 10, then hopefully more of them will get down the line. Okay, I'm going to leave it for now, or I might do it off camera. I'm going to do it off camera. There's no reason to hesitate on this sort of stuff. If you spot a problem, sort it out now. Right, so once I do that, then we will get the blue engines on this line here. Graphene's at the end, and we would just need to bring copper in. So that wouldn't be too difficult to do. It could maybe... Yeah, these barbells, though, they're something I'm going to need in reasonable bulk, aren't I? Because this is a component that's going to be used by a lot of stuff. Okay. Let's start with this engine shortage. First thing I should do is cut that there. Get that belt to drain. Then once that's gone, I can see how many of these I can fit in. That will double my production. Okay, those are down, and I realised as I was hooking them up that they don't actually use normal magnetic coils. So I didn't actually have to move that one. But it's okay. I think by moving it out of the way, it let me squeeze in one extra machine. So that is hopefully increasing the number of raw engines that make it through, and will thus increase the number of blue engines. Right. So, barbells. Blue engines currently just go here and stop. I think I need to take them out and move them around to an upper layer so I can do some a bit of mass manufacturing on this. So I've decided to try working a bit backwards on this one. The thing that needs them these particle containers is my planetary logistics system. So I'm going to put it down first and then try and route the particle containers to where it's needed. So it needs steel and chips. So my chips are there, and I do have a steel belt running here. So I think if I pop it here, get my mech closer if it can. My mech isn't moving because it got stuck. That auto move I think needs to be a little more intelligent. Like, it should take off if it can and if it needs to. Like, if it's over a certain distance, it should start flying. Right, so you're going to make that. Let's hook up steel, seeing as it's here. Right, grab the steel. Grab the chips. And obviously you are going to output to a box that's next to you. These these things take a lot of steel, don't they? 40 steel. It's also going to need titanium, which I'll get to it somehow. I might set up a titanium belt. One of these belts here, I think, is going to flow in titanium, because titanium's going to become more and more needed. Right, but it needs the pink things. So copper, graphene, and the blue engines. Well, the blue engines are here, and I've got plenty of belts up here. And there's copper here. So if I plan for those things to end up, say, on a belt at this level, might have to move that. No point going back that far because the blue engines only start there. Yeah, but I can put my machines here. Definitely going to have to rework that. Then I just need to get copper to it. I've got a bit of copper here. And the graphene. Graphene's going to be tricky. I don't actually have currently have a bit of graphene in the middle of them all. I've just been sort of snaking it from the side. But I think about here is where I want my particle container manufacturing to be. Dagnammit, I mixed up the electromagnetic turbines with these things. These things want electromagnetic turbines, not supermagnetic rings. So the thing they want to grab is actually down there. Just going to there and terminating currently. So I need to rethink this. I need to think. The electromagnetic turbines are not really in a good place that I can make the output exactly where I wanted it, but I think I've maybe come up with a solution which is gonna work. So the electromagnetic turbines, at this point they shoot way up in the sky, all the way up here, and then all the way along here. Because I realised that this was like three lines of sort of baser components that were like heading over here anyway. So here I can put my my blue barbell makers, the particle containment, and the copper which was swinging by these components shoots up here and ducks down just in time for those machines. I did not mean to hit X, meant to land my thingammy. Right. So we can pop one of these down, tell it you are making the particle containers. I've just spotted that they need graphene. Poop. So this isn't going to work either because they need graphene. Okay, this is getting a bit complex now. I could just manufacture them up here. Like if I route the copper and the electromagnetic turbines to be next to the graphene, I could just have a row of them here outputting and then route down and in. That might be what I need to do. the machines were there, I mean I could put graphene on this belt, but then there's nowhere for these machines to output to. That's not strictly true. Okay, what if we do this? We're going to reverse that belt. We're going to bring it in here. And we're going to grab graphene. Can't do that until it's built. Okay, so we'll grab graphene like that. Another one of you down there. Well, I'm going to put 4 in total. And you want copper, electromagnetic turbines, and a graphene. Which isn't coming in due to a lack of power. They need to add lights to the game. It lights up around your mech, but you need to be able to see a little bit further. Right. Grab graphene, copper, and then I'll give you some power. There. And we will output onto this belt that I originally wanted. And we're going to do that by being sneaky. Hopefully. Right, if I put a belt there, I'll tell you to go up by 1. So there, and then go down. We can't quite avoid that if we go there. Let's go back 1. There we go. And we're going to do the same here. That's at level 2, that's good. So at level 1. Come on up. No. Please actually be at level 1. It wants to connect to a belt if you mouse over it. And you do that. And hopefully both of these will be able to output. I think you can only do that twice. I don't think you could get a third one in. Yeah, it won't let you do that third one because the angle's too wide. So the manufacturing's not particularly fast. So it's a 4-second process and I've only got 4 of them. But should be all you need. Nope, you need titanium as well. Right, how do I get you the titanium? Well, there is a spare belt here that's not doing anything at the moment. how best to get the stuff in. Let's reverse your direction. See, running it from this way is going to get increasingly tricky because of all this stuff. I really need to clean this up a bit better. It would work better if those barbells were actually the upper one. Right, you'll let me do that, but you won't let me do this. Might work if I start ducking this down a little further back. There we go. Nope. No. Wanted to copy that, sorry. So we'll have pink barbells coming in there. Grab like that. Because then we get a clearer run on the titanium. And I can actually bring it in from the same side as the silicon, which is going to be handy because that way once we get planet-to-planet logistics, we'll be able to run it in. But for now I'm just going to duck around that. Oh, look at this. There's a box here full of titanium. I would like to pretend that that was some form of master plan, as was the fact that the copper's at a high enough level that it's not going to interfere, but we all know that that's just a complete coincidence. Righty-ho. Make sure we output nice and fast. And grab the titanium you need. Which is a lot. There we go, we are slowly assembling these things now. Alright, let me just check on the length of my recording here. That's an episode. That's definitely an episode. Might even be 2 episodes, depending on... 25, 37... Yeah, I think this is actually 2 episodes worth. So I'm going to stop here. Obviously, we need to make the ships for those things, but those are relatively easy. Chips and iron, and these thrusters, which are just steel and copper. So I think I will get the ships manufactured in between episodes. So at the start of the next episode, we can actually start setting up the planetary logistics, which is going to deliver our solar sails to our launchers that we're going to stick on the equator. I'll see you then. Bye bye.